Good afternoon, class. Okay. So next, we're going to do section 6.7. Section 6.7. Okay. In section 6.7, we're going to solve rational equations. Okay. Solving rational equations. Okay, and here is a rational equation. Okay, let's do this. Let me give you a fractional equation. Okay, watch this. X over 6 plus 2 over 5 equals 2. Let's say 3. Okay. This fractional equation, we call it rational equation. Okay, it's an easy one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the LCD. So let's factor denominators. So x over 2 times 3 plus 2 over 5 equals to 3 over 1. Okay? All right, LCD. LCD is going to have 2s, 3s, and 5s. Okay? Let's start with 2. How many times do you take 2? Go to the denominator where 2 occurs the most. Only go to one denominator, never more than 1. Here. 1 time. 3. Go to the denominator where 3 occurs the most. There. 1 time. 5. Go to the denominator where 5 occurs. 1 time. 6 times 5 is 30. That's the LCD. Okay. So step number 1 is factor denominators. Step number 2, find the LCD. Step number 3, multiply every numerator by the LCD. Do not multiply in the original problem. Do it in the problem where you have denominators factors. So multiply every numerator by 30, by 30, by 30. There you go. I can multiply this 30 there also, okay? I can do that. Okay. What is that going to do? Oh, that's going to simplify your equation. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Watch this. That's a 6. That 6 goes into the 30 5 times. So this is 5x plus. The 5 goes into the 36 times. And 6 times 2, 12. Equals 2. Equals to what? 90. Look, this fractional equation became an equation, a simple equation without fractions. That's what happens when you multiply everything by the LCD. But you have to have the right least common denominator. Now let's just solve. What's 90 minus 12? So 5x equals 2. What's 90 minus 12? Is that 88? So x equals to 88 over 5, and that's all you need. Okay. So there we go. Okay. That's your answer. All right. We are going to do the same thing for the next one. Okay. Let's try this one. Look. Solve this one. 2/5. No. Let's not do that one yet. No, let's not do that one yet. Let's do this one. Solve. Two over x minus 3 equals negative x over x squared minus 9 plus 4 over x plus 3. There you go. Okay, so what's the first step over there? Well, it's the same step here. What's the first step here? Let's factor denominators. Factor denominators. Okay, let's rewrite it. Don't do it there. Rewrite it. Make room. So this is 2 over x minus 3 equals negative x over x plus 3, x minus 3, make room, plus 4 over x plus 3. Okay? That's your step number 1. Step number 1. Rewrite the problem with denominators factored. Okay. Step number 2, find the LCD. Step number 2, find the LCD. Because denominators are factored, you can just go there. Okay. How many times are we going to take x minus 3? Either here or there, not both. Just one time. Go to one of them, okay? I'm going to go there. How many times am I going to take x plus 3? Either here or there, not both. Okay, it is found once in each denominator. So we always just go to one denominator, so I'm going to go there. One time. Whoa. That's your LCD. That's your step number 2. Find LCD. Step number 3, multiply every numerator by LCD. Step 3. Multiply every numerator by LCD. Okay? By LCD. X minus 3, x plus 3. By LCD. X minus 3, x plus 3. X minus 3, x plus 3. There. Look at that. I multiply every numerator by the LCD. Watch this. This x minus 3 cancel this x minus 3. Okay. So what do you get? 2 times x plus 3 equals 2. This x minus 3 cancel this x minus 3, and this x plus 3 cancel this x plus 3, and what do we get? Minus x plus this x plus 3 cancel the x plus 3 plus 4 times x minus 3. Look at that! Nice! Nice! Okay, now solve. Step number 4, solve. Solve. Okay, distribute. 2x plus 6 equals to negative x plus 4x minus 12. Okay. 2x plus 6 equals to 3x minus 12. Okay. Okay. Bring this to the left and bring this to the right. So 2x minus 3x equals negative 12 minus 6. So negative x equals to negative 18. So the x equals to 18. Okay. Now, the last step, check your answer. At least make sure that your answer is not basura. Check your answer. Okay, because I'm gonna need this room. Let me erase it. You can check all the way, but if you run out of time, if you have no time, at least make sure that this answer does not make denominator 0, okay? So you can check it in right here, okay? Without even considering the LCD. You can check it on this one, look. Check it using either the original one or this one. It's up to you. Using 2 over x minus 3 equals negative x over x plus 3 times x minus 3 plus 4 over x plus 3. You can check it using this equation. If you check it using this equation, well, that's going to be true. But basura was introduced whenever you multiply every numerator by the LCD. So here, basura may be introduced. Basura is trash. Basura. So sometimes when multiplying every numerator by the LCD, or both sides of an equation by the LCD, you introduce basura. Okay? All right. So you don't check it here. This is the result of this after you simplify. You gotta check it in without doing this, okay? Look, I don't have the LCD there, I don't have the LCD there, and I don't have the LCD there. Check it. 18 minus 3, 15. So that's 2 over 15 equals negative 18 over 18 plus 3, 21, times 18 minus 3, 15, plus 4 over 18 plus 3, 21. If you run out of time, if you have no more time, look, just make sure that this denominator does not make, this answer does not make the first denominator 0, it doesn't, it's 15. It doesn't make the second denominator 0, it doesn't, it's 21 times 15. And it does not make the third denominator 0, 21. Make sure that the answer does not make any denominator 0. If that happens, your answer is basura. And of course, you're not going to say basura. You're going to say extraneous. If we go like this, extraneous solution. Okay. But if you want to go all the way, you can also. Sure, you can. Watch this. Simplify all the way. 2 over 15 equals 2. Simplify this. Let me see. 3 goes into 18 6 times. And 3 goes in 21 7 times. And that's a 15 plus 4 over 21. Okay? Do it again. 2 over 15 equals 2. Negative 6 over, simplify this. 3 goes into 6 twice. And 3 goes into 15 5 times. Plus 4 over 21. All right. Let me just simplify the right-hand side. Okay. So what's the LCD on the right-hand side? By the way, let me factor this one. Three times 7. All right, watch this. Watch what I'm gonna do. They both have a 7. Okay, this needs a 5 and this needs a 3. That's what I'm gonna do. Multiply this by 3, by 3, by 5, by 5. Okay. So 2 over 15 equals 2. What is this? Is that negative 6? Negative 6 plus 20. What's negative 6 plus 20? Negative 6 plus 20 is 14 over 7 times 5 times 3. That's negative 6 plus 20. That's 14. Watch this. 2 over 15 equals 2. 2 goes into 14. 7 goes into 14 twice. 2 over 5 times 3. Check. The same thing. 2 over 15 equals 2 over 15. 18 is the answer. By the way, if you do not have time to do all of this, at least make sure that the answer that you get does not make this denominator 0. It does not make any of those two zeros, and it does not make this one 0. Okay? If it makes one of them 0, your answer is extraneous. What is extraneous? Basura. Okay, let's do another one. Okay? Here's another one. Another one. Here is one more. Okay. Try this one. Try x over 5 equals 2. X minus 14 over 2x minus 16 minus half. Okay, let's take the first step. Factor denominators. Okay. Step number 1, x over 5, make room, equals 2 x minus 14 divided by 2 times x minus 8 plus, or minus, minus 1/2. That's your step number 1. Step number 2, find the LCD. Find the LCD for this problem. Okay, LCD. LCD. Start with 2. How many times do we take 2? Go there or there, not both. One time. I'm going to go there. 2. One time. How many times do I take 5? Right there. One time. Times 5. Okay. How many times do I take x minus 8? One time. That's your LCD. That's your step number 2. Step number 3, multiply every numerator by LCD. When you do this, basura may be introduced. This is the step where basura may be introduced. So multiply this by 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times x minus 8. 10 times x minus 8. 10 times x minus 8. Look at that. Okay? That's your step number 3. Simplify. I should say multiply every number by the LCD and simplify. And simplify. Okay? Simplify. 5 into 10 twice. 2x times x minus 8. This x minus 8 cancel this x minus 8. The 2 goes into the 10 5 times. 5 times what? X minus 14. Minus. The 2 goes into the 10 5 times. 5 times x minus 8. Okay. There you go. And now we're going to solve. To solve this, you better make terms, distribute, put all the terms on the same side, and then solve. Okay? Distribute. 2x squared minus 16x equals 2. Distribute. 5x minus, let me see, what's 5 times 14? Is that 50 plus 20? Is that 70? Minus 5x plus 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. So I multiply this times that, I get that, this times that, and I get negative 16x. Distribute this, okay, and 5 times 4 is 20, takes 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, 7, okay? And negative 5 times x, negative 5x, and negative to the negative is positive. Okay. This one cancels that one. So 2x squared minus 16x equals 2. This one cancels that one. Negative 70 plus 40 is negative 30. Okay. Bring it to the left-hand side. So 2x squared minus 16x plus 30 equals 0. Okay. Divide everything by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2, divide this by 2, divide that by 2, because 2 goes into all of them. Just to simplify the equation. Divide this by 2, you get x squared. Divide this by 2, 8x. Divide this by 2, plus 15. Divide this 0 by 2, 0. Factor. x times x, 3 times 5 minus, is that right? And minus. That'll work. X times x is x squared. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. And then negative 5x minus 3x is negative 8x. Answers x equals 3 or x equals to 5. All right, make sure that this does not make denominator 0. Okay, so now get rid of this. There. You can plug a 3 there. Just make sure that it does not make this denominator 0, okay? If it does, it's basura. Okay? So 3 over 5, fine. This one is fine. That's if you're fairly confident. If you think you made a mistake, you better check all the way. Take 3 and plug it in there. That's 2 times 3 minus 8, that's negative 5. That's 2 times negative 5, that's negative 10. So this 3 does not make this denominator 0. And definitely not that one. So 3 is fine. 5. Does this 5 makes this denominator 0? No, it's 5. There's no x there. Does this 5 makes this denominator 0? No. It's 5 minus 8, which is negative 3. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. It's not 0. Does it make this 0? No, it's 2. They're both answers. What's the solution to this? Solution. Three, 5. That's the solution. Okay? All right, good class. This was section 6-7. Okay? I was going to do section 6-8, but I'm tired. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.